Hi guys. All right, so let's get started. We're going to observe our grass again today. Looks pretty good. They're all they're doing a good job. I have to say, potting soil looks like it's starting to look a little bit more floppy. Clay soil is doing really well. I am very surprised by that one, but never know. All right, so turn to your observation page and write down today's date in the next box, so 4/23. And let's observe potting soil. So here's our potting soil. It is so long at this point. Here's my hand, just so you can see like just how tall it is. It is very tall. So that's our potting soil. Here is our sand, which is doing really well at this point. We have a lot of growth in there. And I know I'm going really fast. Pause so you can do your observations. Here is clay soil, with the exception of this one guy over here. It's all seems to be doing really well. It's standing tall. It looks really healthy. The roots look great. And here are the rocks. Again, he's still looking a little floppy. Okay. So there is the rocky soil. All right. So now you can put your observations to the side because we are going to do something else today in science. So let me move these guys. So we've been talking a lot about land and water and rocks. Well, okay, not water, but today we're talking about water. So we're going to talk about some stuff that you guys probably already know, but we're going to talk about it. And you guys are hopefully going to be able to see some of these things in nature and recognize them as, oh yeah, that's how that works. So we know that the water comes from rain, right? So it starts up and it works its way down. Well, it's the same thing with a mountain. So when you have water that rains on a mountain, it's not just going to stay up at the top. It's going to fall down because gravity is going to pull it down. So we're going to demonstrate a little bit of what happens. So here's Caroline's bathtub. And I have a baking sheet to represent our mountain. So if a mountain is super steep, do you think the water is going to go really fast or really slow? It's going to go pretty fast. So here, let me grab some water and we're going to take a look at that. Super fast. Now I'm going to do it at less of an angle now, so it's not nearly as steep. Do you think it's going to go fast or slow? It's probably going to go slower. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't go down nearly as quickly. And then if it is on ground that's not really, it's just a little bit slanted, take a look. It gathers more at the bottom before eventually running off. So the steeper the hill, the faster it's going to go. So if you've ever seen a river in nature, if it's on a steeper hill, it's going to run a little bit faster. But if it's on less of an incline, it'll run a little bit more slowly. Now it also has to do with how much water is in there as well, but that's for a different day. Okay, so I'm gonna put this to the side. And now, the other day when I went to the park, and I was telling you guys, oh my goodness, Caroline's bath toy was stuck to the bottom. So when I went to the park the other day, I mentioned that as water runs over rocks, it can wear them down, right? It makes them smaller and smaller, and eventually we can get sand and gravel. And that's what happens over time. We know that the earth is really, really old, right? So water has been running down those mountains for tons of years. So what happens is that's how rivers are formed. Did you know that? So as water runs down a mountain, basically at one point it all just ran whoosh right down the mountain. But over time, as water, every time it rained, went to the same spots over and over again, over and over again, over and over again, as it rained and rained and rained, it wore away at those same spots and actually carved out rivers. So I've made a little mountain here out of some flour and water, and I'm going to do the best that I can to demonstrate how this works. Are you ready? So here is my rain. And we're gonna, oops. So do you see how, now this is a much faster version, but do you see how the rain is going in that one spot, in that one spot, in that one spot, over and over again? And now look at what happened. It eventually carved out a space just in that one spot. So over here, it's not carved out, and over here it's not carved out, but right there, you can see exactly where I was pouring my water. And that is how rivers are formed. Over time, water runs in the same spot over and over and over again, and eventually it carves out a river. So, hold on, let me get this back in place. So, basically, what I need you guys to know for today is that water will always flow down. So it always starts high up and works its way down. It goes faster on steeper angles, and it works its way through the earth too. And over time, it can wear away and create rivers. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you guys later.